Hello again, and welcome back, everybody, to another edition of the Rural Report. I am your Rural 2IC, and today we're going to continue our daily headlines coverage, and I'm just going to jump straight into this one. There was an awful lot going on all over the place, and I got what I could for you. Um, Again, I know I've said it before, but there may be a part two. We will see. Let's go straight into this. So, first thing we're going to talk about is this is coming from The Independent, which is out of the UK, and they post an article, and the title of that article is "The US is now fighting a regional war in the Middle East, but won't admit it." Okay, well, how true is that? Let's see if I go through the rest of this report, if it gives you a little bit better of a picture. So, what's next? Well, the Israelis conducted a bombing, and they did this on a multi story building in central Damascus, that's in Syria, and this caused that building to completely collapse. Now, why did they go after that building? Well, now reports are coming out that inside of that building there was an alleged meeting going on, and two high ranking IRGC members, which they're claiming to be high level advisors, along with the head of intelligence and his deputy, were all killed in that attack. That's not going to make somebody happy there. Okay, well, what happened next? Well, about 10 to 12 rockets hit the U.S. base in Iraq. Now, this comes from the estimated about 20 that was initially fired on the U.S. military base. U.S. CENTCOM come out saying that the attack crosses a red line. Okay, well, who did it? Didn't take very long, and we found out because Hezbollah came out and officially took credit, saying, "Hey, we did this." Okay, well, shortly after, U.S. Air Force sent its fighter jets, and they performed some attacks on Hezbollah, hitting some different infrastructure and observation posts, as well as some missile launching sites. Okay, so far, this is a lot that's happened in the last 24 hours here. Well, the Pentagon says that they're still investigating the attack that happened in Iraq, but according to preliminary data, buildings, hangars, and equipment have received damage, as well as several wounded U.S. soldiers and some wounded private contractors. Okay, now I see where that whole crossing the red line is. We've been getting hit and shelled and drone attacked and everything else at all these bases, and it seems like it was always a ratio of like 10 to 1. They was able to strike somewhere in the neighborhood of about 10 times before the U.S. seemed to, retaliate or respond to that. Well, now it looks like some bigger things are happening. Well, if we move on to the next one, it looks like rumors are now starting to spread all over different social medias and different platforms and whatnot, claiming that U.S. officials are talking about introducing the AUMF. Now, the AUMF. I cannot spell or speak today. I apologize. Let's backtrack that up. AUMF doctrine. Okay. This is the congressional authorization for war on terror. This was basically kind of what they used after, the whole George Bush incidents and different things like that. If you're interested, go research that, because I don't want to get my hand smacked and things like that. Which, small caveat, I've had a ton of people going, you're a grown man, say what you want, do this, do that, and everything else. Yes, I agree. But uh, I am in the stance right now of live to fight another day. I have to, in my eyes, play by the rules edging that line so that way I can have a platform in which to share as much as I possibly can. Because knowing if I just want to flare up my chest and be the big bad guy and go code word this or whatever, I will get my channel taken down and then I will no longer have a platform. So I do as best as I can to inch close to it, put my foot right on that line, and give you as much information as I can. If that changes, we'll see in the future. But as of right now, that's where we stand. Now, going back to this, um, if this turns out to be true, then this would basically mean that step one would be to put more troops into Iraq, even after Iraq already took a vote saying that they want to expel all U.S. military out of the country. So, and which the U.S. has already answered that, saying that they have no intentions of leaving Iraq. Great. So we are over somewhere where the entire country has diplomatically and by democratic ways have taken a vote to expel the U.S. military, and we're going to sit here and cry out all the time that this event or that person is going to be the death of democracy. Well, they just did democracy. They took a vote. They said no U.S. troops in this country, and we're like, oh, no, not that. Okay, well, we're going to stick around. So, yeah. Now, moving away from some of that stuff. So, Michelin, we all know Michelin Tire Company. They have announced that they are closing production in Spain, and they're citing the reason to this is the Red Sea crisis. This follows after they've already shut down 3 facilities in Germany. Now, if you are wondering how Europe is doing, because, it's just a tire company, it can't be that bad. Well, it wasn't long ago that Tesla suspended its production in Germany as well. Suzuki did the same in Hungary. And I could keep going down the list of all these major companies that are just, for whatever reason. Some of these, I believe, like Tesla, that was, I think, due to the energy crisis that's going on over there. Everybody's kind of claiming their own reasons, but the end result is they're shutting their stuff down. Next is the Iranian government has announced that they have successfully launched a new satellite into space. And why do I mention that? Is because a lot of people are saying that the method of delivery, the vehicle in question that launched this, looked an awful lot like an ICBM. So that's interesting. And then the last thing I want to say for overseas before I jump into here in the homeland, this is kind of like a head scratcher, face palm sort of a moment. But somebody came out and they quoted Zelensky and said that one of the absolute must meet conditions before he would ever sign any sort of a peace deal with Russia is that Russia has to completely give up all nuclear weapons. I'm sure that's going to happen. Yeah. Yeah, good luck. Good luck. All right, so let's go here into the homeland real quick. This was mainstream, but worth a mention. A Southern Airlines or Southern Airways Cessna made an emergency landing on a highway out of Loudoun County, Virginia. Seems to be that we're talking a lot about airplane incidents here lately. It seems like we're having them, every couple days? This is, the second thing in 2 days involving airplanes? So keep that in mind, okay? Yes, this is different. This is a whole different, event and different other things like that, but something seems awfully weird, okay? Put that in the back of your mind, put a little pin in that, and keep your eye out on different airplane stuff. Next, as the unprecedented cold that most of us here in the United States experienced over the last few days and even week or so, caused several problems. A lot of it seemed to be in the oil production and refineries area. Now, there was an oil refinery that closed in Texas due to this. 3 refineries in Port Arthur shut down, as well as an oil refinery in North Dakota had to cut its production in half due to recording temperatures as minus 70 degrees Fahrenheit. So I'll couple that with the Red Sea stuff going on and all that other stuff, put it with this. Is my prediction of $5 a gallon looking a little bit more plausible? We'll wait and see. Again, hope I'm wrong. All right, so last thing, so I can try and keep this short. Right before I came on, I got a notification. Do you guys remember the group from a couple years ago calling themselves the Patriot Front? Okay. If you do remember them, well, there's about 150 of them currently that they're posting all over social media. It's happening right now as I'm saying this. That they're currently walking down the streets of downtown Manhattan in the direction of the World Trade Center. So, okay. I'll keep an eye on that one and see what turns out about that. Usually for them, they just want to go out there and just, I don't know, get on TV, I guess. But again, there's always, a cause for something could go wrong. One of the things I do want to mention is they did have the March for Life event that brought out all sorts of people, and there, as far as I could find, there was no incidents whatsoever. So maybe the cold kept the crazies in, so that way the people could go out there and celebrate and do awareness in their March of Life. So hats off to them, and maybe we can cross our fingers that it'll do the same thing for these upstanding, fine Patriot Front, whatever they are. I know there's a bunch of you screaming a 3-letter word as I say that. So, okay. In the interest of keeping everything short, I've got a lot more notes to take. I've got a bunch of different things I am currently working on, as well as researching and documenting and making more content and things like that. So, be grateful, some of you, that this is going to be a short one, and if more happens, I'll do a part 2. If not, then I will see you guys tomorrow. Yeah, if you made it this far in the video, guess what? You rock. Appreciate you guys for spending a little bit of your Saturday with me. Hope you guys are having a blessed weekend. And we'll be back here not too long. I think there's 1 or 2, maybe even 3 videos coming out tomorrow. So be on the lookout for that. Got some fun interviews and different things. The first one is going to be a live video this Tuesday. I won't tell you who it is just yet, but it'll be worth the wait. It'll be a little bit earlier. It'll be at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so adjust accordingly to your time zone. I hardly ever say it, but do all the fun YouTube things. Hit like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications. Share this out with somebody that you think will take this as some value. There we go. All right, stay tuned. There's definitely more information to come, and say it with me now. Above everything else, please remember to remain united, because we're all prepping in this together.